adaptation. Mahoraga's core power lets it adjust to any attack or phenomenon it encounters. The moment it takes a hit, the process begins as the shikigami analyzes the threat and eventually becomes fully resistant or immune to it. This can happen defensively by toughening its body, in an auxiliary way like gaining the ability to perceive invisible strikes, or offensively by reshaping its own moves to break through barriers. What sets it apart is the endless potential, since it keeps developing new counters even after the first adaptation finishes. In the history of the 10 Shadows technique, this ability is why no Zenin clan sorcerer ever tamed Mahoraga until Sukuna stepped in. It matters because repeated tactics simply stop working, turning any fight into a slow, inevitable shift in Mahoraga's favor. The adaptation wheel. An 8-handled wheel floats above Mahoraga's head and spins to mark the stages of its adaptation. Each rotation shows progress toward full immunity, speeding up if the same attack lands repeatedly. The wheel connects to ancient ideas of perfect cycles and harmony, reflecting the Shikigami's divine roots within the 10 Shadows technique. Fighters can literally watch the threat lose its edge as the spins increase, which adds a clear strategic layer to battles. When the wheel completes its turns, Mahoraga emerges changed, ready to counter whatever came before. This feature makes the adaptation process visible and tactical rather than hidden. Sword of Extermination. Mahoraga carries a massive blade fixed to its right forearm, known as the Sword of Extermination. It starts coated in positive energy, giving it an edge specifically against cursed spirits. Yet the sword adapts too, switching to cursed energy when the opponent is a human sorcerer, or reshaping its output for special strikes. This weapon integrates seamlessly with the broader adaptation ability, allowing slashes that bypass defenses like infinity or untouchable spheres. In decisive moments, it has cut through seemingly impossible protections and delivered lethal blows. The sword turns Mahoraga into a tank, into a precise finisher once the right conditions align. Immense physical capabilities. Mahoraga possesses raw strength and speed that dwarf every other Shikigami in the 10 Shadows technique. A single swing can shatter concrete or hurl an opponent through several buildings, while its reflexes surprise even the fastest sorcerers. 4 wings sprout from its eye sockets, and a tail-like extension rises from its head, boosting both power and mobility in combat. Its durable frame lets it absorb heavy punishment long enough for adaptation to take hold. This physical foundation comes from its status as the strongest summon in its lineage, providing a reliable base that no amount of early damage can easily overcome. It ensures Mahoraga stays dominant even before its other powers fully activate. Cursed energy manipulation. Mahoraga channels cursed energy with remarkable precision to power its strikes and defenses. It can unleash blasts, infuse its sword with the correct type for the target, or alter the energy's very nature mid-fight. Adaptation pushes this further, letting it develop specialized outputs like space-cutting slashes that slice through barriers no normal attack could touch. The flexibility stands out because it evolves alongside every threat, turning basic energy into custom counters. This control explains why Mahoraga holds its own against domain expansions and high-level techniques that would overwhelm lesser Shikigami. Regeneration. Through its adaptation process, Mahoraga heals from serious wounds as a built-in part of gaining immunity. Any damage suffered before the wheel finishes spinning gets repaired once resistance locks in, restoring the Shikigami to full fighting shape. This recovery pairs naturally with its other ability, letting it endure initial barrages that would fell most opponents. Defensive adaptations especially highlight this trait, closing gashes or regenerating after devastating hits. It matters because it removes the window where an enemy might press an early advantage, forcing fights into longer, more grueling tests of endurance.